What's up everyone? Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of content with the C5 Corvette. We have a couple little maintenance items that I thought were interesting and they're kind of specific to the C5, so let's jump into them right now. All right guys, so we haven't really gotten to see a lot with the C5, not during the day at least. And yeah, if I bring you in here close, you can see this thing is in absolutely fantastic shape. I know I talked a lot about it in the previous videos, but this car does not look like it is 21 years old. There is no curb rash on the wheels. They are getting a little bit dirty from me driving it, but no curb rash on the wheels, no scratching on the paint, really no pitting on the paint or the wheels, no scratches or tears in the interior. But of course the car is 21 years old, so we're gonna run into some weird things that you don't necessarily run into with a brand new C8 Corvette. The first one is this. So you can tell by looking at it, it actually looks pretty new, but what I have found is the battery's dead. So I'm sure you guys have all had a dead battery in a key fob before. You're saying, well, what's the big deal, Justin? Just pop it apart, change the battery out, and you're good to go. Well, yes and no. So I did. I already changed the battery once, but I put the dead one back in here because I want to show you guys how to change it. I want to be able to literally show you how to do everything, all the maintenance items with this car. Because if you guys go out and you buy a C5 Corvette, you're going to run into a lot of the same kind of stuff. So I'm going to pop this thing apart, replace the battery, but there's more to it than that. We also have to go a step further and reprogram the remote. So anytime you change the battery, apparently you have to actually reprogram it to the dash of the car. Believe it or not, it's not that hard, but let's get to it. First off, let's talk a minute about this. This is the one that came with the car whenever I purchased it from Click Lewis Chevrolet up in Palmyra, Pennsylvania. But if you don't have one, or if the one you have is totally beat, these are actually really cheap on Amazon and on eBay. I will go ahead and link them in the description down below if you're interested. This might be something you just want to replace. Whether it's your factory remote or you're getting a new one, this procedure is the same. Now, with that said, another thing you're going to need is a battery. These also came from Amazon. I will also link them in the description down below because they're kind of an odd size. As you can see there, it is a CR2450. Not like any other watch battery I have seen, so I bought a couple off of Amazon as well. Those will be linked in the description if you need any for yourself. So what we're going to do in this case, I'm not going to replace my remote. I am going to open it up and actually replace the battery. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So at the bottom of the remote, you turn it up to the side here, you can see there's a little notch there. Now what that's good for is inserting something flat and kind of twisting it to help pop open the case without completely destroying the thing. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and take a trim pry tool, stick it in here, twisting it a little bit until you can tell that the unit has opened up. Then you can just kind of pull it apart with your fingers. So right here on the back is the battery, and it's kind of a pain to get out of there because it is really, really stuck in there. So again, you'll want something kind of sharp and just pop it out of there just like that. Now with the battery out and your new one opened up, you'll just go ahead and stick it in. You want the positive side facing you and just kind of push it down in there until it snaps into place, like so. And then we can just go ahead and put the remote back together. For this, you'll just kind of push it until it snaps back into place. Nothing earth-shattering here. So now we can go ahead and reprogram it. All right, so we got the battery replaced in the remote. We are good to go. And yet when I press unlock, still nothing. Now that's normal. So if this happens to you with your C5, don't fear. There is still one more thing we have to do. But let's go ahead and unlock the car the old-fashioned way. We are unlocked. We are in. Now, as soon as we open up the door, guys, just I can't, I literally can't even keep a straight face when I'm talking about this because of how insanely clean this car is. No rips, no tears on the seat. Like, this is the spot where the previous owner has just slid in and out, in and out, in and out for 71,000 miles worth of slidings in and out. And still, no rips, no tears, no scuffs, no breakage whatsoever in any part of this interior. It's absolutely insane. Before we get into programming the key, let's go ahead and actually pop the hood. This is where things get really interesting, guys, because you know what kind of engine is under here, of course, but when I open this up, look at this. Look at how unbelievably clean even this is. Like I said, I have to keep reminding myself that this is a 21-year-old car, and it is immaculate inside and out. I don't know. I'm very impressed. Some people know how to keep their cars nice. Other people don't. I tend to keep my cars in pretty good condition, but at the same time, 21 years is a long freaking time. So the fact that it still looks like this after 21 years, Unbelievable. But anyway, let's jump inside. I'm going to show you how to program this key. Like I said, you have the brand new battery in possibly your brand new key fob, and you're noticing it's still not working. Now, there is one additional step you have to do. And from what I've read, it sounds like you have to do this step every time you replace the battery. And it is pretty easy. So what we're going to do is go ahead, take the key. We're not going to start it. We're just going to turn it to run. So the car is on and ready to accept any kind of inputs. From here, we're going to go over onto the right side, and we are going to press options until that screen there comes up blank. So as you can see, it's now blank. If we come back over to the right again, we're going to press and hold reset. And eventually you're going to see fob training, which is exactly where we want to be. So from here, we're going to go ahead and press reset one more time. And as you can see, it's saying hold lock and unlock on your first key fob. So here, just like this, we're going to press and hold both of these down. And just like that, the dash doesn't tell you anything, but now, as you can hear, the key fob is working. That is all you have to do. New battery, go into the actual options on the dash until there's a blank screen, and then you press and hold reset. You'll see fob training, press reset one more time, and then you'll see hold lock and unlock for the first fob. After you do that, just like that, it is working. The next thing is going to be the tire pressure sensors. So all you have to do, once you're in the fob training, is go over to the right and hit options again. Instead of hitting and holding reset to get into the actual training for the fob, you just hit options, and it's going to take you to tire training. So from here, we would hit reset again, and then it's going to give you the options here, learn left, front tire. So now we're going to go outside and start the procedure out there. So all you need to do to start the process here is on your front left tire is grab a magnet. This one is actually a tool for picking up sockets and things off the ground. This is what you'll have to do, is just take a pretty powerful magnet and stick it right beside the tire stem. So I already did the front driver's side, so now we got to move clockwise to the front passenger side and do the same thing. And here we are. There's the tire stem, so we'll just take the magnet and set it right beside there until you hear the horn honk. So then we will just move back to the next tire, which is going to be the passenger side rear, and we're going to do the same thing. Magnet right beside the tire stem until you hear the horn honk. And then finally we have the rear driver's side. Same thing. Magnet there, horn will honk, and that's it. So now if we go into the dash, you're going to be able to see all the tire pressure sensors again, because mine weren't showing, and yours probably won't be either if you bought the car used, because at any point, if the tires are changed or the tire pressure sensors are moved from their original location, you will need to do this, and not everybody knows about it. So very easy to do. Like I said, all you really need is a magnet. So let's take a look at the tire pressure sensors now. But that is going to be it, guys. So it's that simple. With pretty much any tools you have in your home, you can reset the tire pressure sensors on the C5 Corvette. You can also reset your key fob to work after replacing the battery or replacing the entire key fob. Now, in this case, I was sold the car with only one key fob. I'll probably purchase another one just so I have a spare set just in case. And I'll have to do this again to program that particular fob. Now, it's this kind of stuff on the older cars that I actually really like, because you can't do these things on the new cars. They won't let you really reprogram your own key fob for a C8 Corvette. You kind of have to make a visit to the dealership for that. So it's interesting with the older cars, you can kind of jump in and really do a lot of this stuff right in your driveway without even having to leave your house, because you're going to have the tools necessary for the most part to do this. I had to order the battery for the key fob. Other than that, I had everything else I had to have to get this done. Now, of course, the C5 is fantastic. I'm absolutely loving the car, but there are little things like this that I'm going to have to do, and I'm going to have a slew of upgrades coming for this thing very soon. You guys are definitely going to want to see, so make sure you stay tuned. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this particular little maintenance video of the C5 Corvette. I wanted to just kind of get something out for you guys just to show you that things are moving. Things are starting to get done with the car, and the upgrades are coming. Stay tuned for them. But if you liked what you saw here, guys, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about the C5 Corvette or any of the operations we just did today, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below, or shoot me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and I will make sure you get all of your questions answered. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please make sure you do. I'm going to have loads of C5, C8, and even C7 Corvette content coming you are not going to want to miss. So definitely smash that subscribe button and give me a big thumbs up. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.